welcome to day 2 of these extended session where we are practicing or perfecting our yes and no signal. So yesterday beautifully we practiced our yes signal, and today we will be practicing our no signal. I hope you find little time to do your own practice with yourself with the technique shared, so that now we can easily find and trust our heart. So in chapter 11, we made our life and we made our heart enlivened and empowered, enlivened, so that we live this life totally full of love and joy. But that we need to give what heart needs. Heart needs its connection to the all-knowing intelligence, to that cosmic intelligence, and we need to trust that whatever coming from within, I need to trust it. And also I can know whatever I want. So all the wisdom that is out there is for us. It's not a secret. We want to know. That's when we will feel that this life is being fulfilled. So we can know what we want, and we went through the practice. And with this yes and no signal, we are going to trust what we are knowing from within is correct, is right, and I can trust on it and I can live it. So before we go to the practice today, let us center ourselves with our regular practice. Just be comfortable, make yourself available fully for this practice. Just relax, sit comfortably, breathe deep, and make yourself more comfortable in the environment wherever you are. Few slow, long, deep breath in. To feel the body. And exhale with the intention of letting go. Letting go of past, old beliefs, limited self. And with every in-breath, anchor your unified self. That is love. That is light. That is all-knowing intelligence. Deep within, we have the seed. We are just making it known to our mind that we have the power to know all that is. But that is not possible with this limited mind, which is only sum total of our experience. With every breath, settle down more into peace, into gentleness, that we are find your heart center breathing, pulsating. God's love. Feel the rise and fall of the chest. Just totally be aware of this space, this powerful space that connects us with everything, everyone, and to God. Feel the gratitude for this connection. That we are all one. From the blueprint where we have come. And then feel the love for yourself, for this existence. As soon as you will feel the love, you will feel that pulsation. And now, let us grow on this feeling, whether eyes closed or open. Feel the love for yourself and feel that pulsation all the time. The presence of God, of divine. With this love, feel your body. Let this pulsation grow into every cell of the body. Now let the whole body breathe in and breathe out as one organ. Like a drying cloth on a string under the sun, and the wind is blowing on it. Just blow easy with every breath. Feeling entire body from top of the head to the sole of the foot. And let this love radiate outward into your aura. Firmly knowing the presence of the energy field around us, around this body, where we have limited our consciousness to experience ourselves. Let us clear our aura by feeling the space around. To all uninvited influences in my aura, I send love and light. Each one of you are whole and healed. Each one of you are created as love and light. And you are still love and light. Feel that connection, that radiating heart, that light, that love. Talking to these influences and telling them that they are whole and healed. They feel no fear, no pain now. And I know a perfect place for each one of you to go. And I request my higher self to take you there now. Each one of you, go in peace. I set you free, I let go. And I close my aura to all except my higher self. Feel this love growing as we cleared our channel and we became one. Let us send love and light to all the thought forms around us, to the entire group. The space we are in together. Breathe in love and breathe in light with every breath. Holding hands in hands. Sending love and light to all the thought forms. And sing along with your voice loud, or if you want to just say silently within, I am made in the image of God. So, I have all the qualities of God. So, God is love. I am love. God is light. I am light. God is happiness, joy, and bliss. I am happiness, joy, and bliss. Breathe with every affirmation. God is peace, gentleness. I am peace. I am gentleness. God is all-knowing intelligence. I am all-knowing intelligence. This makes our presence as a cosmic intelligence in this body. God is abundance. So I am abundance. God is perfection. I am perfection. God is everywhere present. And I am everywhere present. God is infinite energies. I am infinite energies, unbounded. God is omnipotent, infinite potential. I am infinite potential, omnipotent. God is non-judgmental. I am non-judgmental. Now feel all this together at your heart space, like mantra cleansing, breaking those limited perception about self. With this vibration of words, we created more love into our heart. With our full alignment with truth. You may repeat, I am love, and feel that love growing more and more, filling your chest and beyond the body. Totally aligned. Let us ask for our higher self signal. My beautiful higher self, please give me your signal now. If you already have it, just observe it. If not, ask and then be comfortable with it. So, this is the state we want to be in all the time. Feeling God presence, feeling unified, totally aligned. Now you may put both your palms over your closed eyes and gently open as you feel comfortable. With this, we are ready for our today's practice, and I would like to invite Shailesh ji.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome back. So, first thing that I want to do now is to have your feedback on how was your experience yesterday. Was there something that you later during your practice you found that was not right, or there is something more you want to know? We have a very small group today, so just don't worry about talking. You can unmute and speak. Let's be interactive so that we can clarify whatever is necessary, right? We are doing this session just to make things clear, just for practice, right? So be open. Just ask if you think that there is something. Like yesterday I received a question from Kavita ji that she already had a signal and now she was trying to practice what I was teaching yesterday, and she said that later on she when she called for the signal, she got her old signal and she felt confused. So did such a thing happen to someone? And if that happened, what was the confusion? When you asked for a signal and the signal, either old or new, whatever, it was saying the same thing. Why was there a confusion? If it was a yes signal we were looking for, and you got either an old yes or a new yes, you still got a yes. So the communication was complete. The purpose of the signal is to communicate, right? We should, the confusion will come when we are expecting a very specific thing to happen. Oh, I was looking for new signal and the old one came. That is the confusion. So if you have a well-established signal, there is really no need for you to practice and create one more. But just in case, if you are trying to create a new one, then probably more practice will be necessary. And as a backup, your old signal will always be there anyway, right? So just understand what we are doing. We are just establishing a language of communication with our inner self, with that all-knowing intelligence, that powerful thing that we all have within us. So that is what is important, right? So the process is really boring. As I told you earlier, yesterday itself, that it is really boring. Do it in small installments if necessary. Do it for 15-20 minutes and then take a break and then come back, do it again. It is most effective when you are quietened, the way we did this quiet period practice to start with, right? The aura is clean. We are heart centered. When you do practice in that mode, it is very effective and very quick. The results will come much faster. So continuing to practice throughout the day, you may not be able to center yourself all the time, and that's okay. But keep practicing. If you keep practicing it, I mean, like yesterday, I practiced together with all of you. And after that, later on, I did not practice at all because I already have my signal, right? But whatever I practiced with all of you, I did it with so much focus that even this morning I tried it and it works. For me, it worked. And to me, when I asked for yes signal, I got that image in my head. Now, when I said you will get an image in your head, that's where probably some of you may need clarification. That image in the head may become clear over time, but initially it will be almost like a symbol, almost like just a very hazy indication. Yes, that's what it is. When you say yes and you get partially that image, this is the object that I was working with yesterday in my hand for a yes signal. And when to this morning, when I called for my yes signal, I saw only this part of it, just the top part, like that much, right? And not too clear. It was like gray, dull gray. But to me, that understanding came that yes, that's my signal. So that the understanding clicking within is also equally important. The image of the object is only symbolic. So if you are expecting a very crystal clear, just like you see it on TV type of thing, may not be there. But the signal is coming. When you are asking for yes, it is coming. Right? So understand that. So all I'm trying to do is help clarify your expectation from the process.
Sorry,
Sanjay, we
yeah,
will
I
do
wasn't there yesterday, so I don't know what we are discussing.
we
Okay,
will
if it's
we will
thank you.
do the same process today also, and today we will do it with a no signal. So the process is same. We will do that today also, right? So today we are supposed to have an object in hand, any object that you would want to associate with a no signal. Anything, it doesn't matter what it is. We are just trying to create a symbolic thing in the head. So today in my hand, I am going to have this as my object. This is my headphone case. I'm going to use this as my object for no. Okay. All of you just take whatever object you are ready with, whichever you want to associate with your no signal. It will be helpful if the objects that you have for yes and no are very different, because when that signal comes, you should not have a confusion. Right? If they are very similar, you will feel, oh, whether was this yes, was this no. That should not happen. That's why my two objects that I am having are two very different objects. This is a white colored bottle and this is a black colored case. They are contrasting. They are very different. So when they appear in my imagination, they will not create confusion to me. All right. So just pick any object. Again, center yourself, just pick an object and we will go through the same boring process. You will get bored, Sandhya ji. So since you didn't attend yesterday, you will not, you don't have a feel for it. But those who were there yesterday have a feel for it now. We will just be looking at the object, in either take it in your hand or just keep it right in front of you. We will be looking at the object alternately, right? Looking at the object, closing the eyes, envisioning the object in our vision internally, opening the eye, looking at the object again, and then closing the eye, envisioning, again opening the eye, looking at the object. Each time when we do this, we are going to repeat the word no. Today, the association we are creating is with no. So I will just demonstrate to you. I have the object here. I'm looking at the object and I say no. Then I close my eyes. I envision the object. No. I open my eyes, look at the object. No. This is the process we continue. And this repetition is going to make your system establish a connection with between the word no and this image. That will become your signal. Later on, once this thing is properly established, anytime your system wants to tell you no, that image is going to pop up in your head. This is that simple. But it may be simple, but very, very tedious to practice. Right? This is the reason why I said I will sit with all of you and do it. Because by yourself, if I tell you to do it, you won't do it. This is the reason I sat with all of you. Okay? So, are we ready? Everyone has something, some object with you. You can just have a pen or whatever thing you have. There may be a cup or a glass or whatever. It really doesn't matter what the object is. It should be distinctly different from your yes. That's all it is necessary. All right. So let's get ready. We'll probably do this for 10 minutes now because it'll be impossible for you to sit beyond that. And then we'll take a break. After that, if you want, we will repeat it or we can answer questions. All right. So just initially, first close your eyes, center yourself. Connect with your breath. I am now ready to continue my communication with my higher self. Ask for your higher self signal if you already have one. My dear higher self, give me your signal. Okay. So now gently open your eyes and look at the object. No. And close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Envision the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. You can speak the word no loudly as well. That will help establish the connection. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Look at the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close your eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close the eyes. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Look at the object. No. Close the eyes. One last time. Envision the object. No. Open your eyes. Relax a little bit. Just doing this. Repetition. You will begin to now see what I was getting. I can share with you now. I have this thing is really black and I have it on a white piece of paper lying on my desk. So the white paper is a square, a rectangle, and on that this is a black object lying there. When I open my eyes and look at it, I see black on white, and when I close my eyes, I see just the reverse, white on black, the negative, right? When you close, so that's the kind of thing you can expect to see in the image in your closed with your closed eyes. The image could be a negative actually, and that's okay. It doesn't matter. Some kind of symbol is getting associated in your mind with the word no. That is what is important. Ultimately, when you have established this practice, what will happen? Imagine how powerful this thing can be. You are talking to somebody and there is a decision to be made, and your higher self gives you this flash in your inner knowing. You have wonderful wisdom supporting you at points of decision making. I get this all the time. When I'm doing something, I get a flash of, I mean, my main signal that I use is a flash of yes. So that flash instantly comes to me right away. Even when let's say I'm talking to you all in this group setting, and if there is somebody is asking a question, I get a flash from within about whether I should even respond to a question like that. Right? That's how powerful this thing can be. So when you get used to this information, just the two words, yes and no, whether to proceed further or not, that instant you will get that flash instantly. The people around you will not even know what happened internally with you, and you can choose. Then at that time you can decide what to do with that knowledge that you just got. It's that powerful. Actually, when this flash, you can test it. Once this is found up, you can actually test it with somebody. Ask them to just think yes or no. And you will get a flash in your head, and you can then tell them whether they thought yes or no. And that will confirm to you that your signal is functioning. So if you are thinking in your head, you are thinking a yes, and I get a flash yes, I will tell you you were thinking yes. So this is how powerful this thing is. That's how much important it is to practice it and establish, because higher self is all connected, right? So when you receive a response from your higher self, you get that information. You will have to test it though. My saying will mean nothing. Test it. You try it, practice it, test it. This no is today's practice. Continue to do the no. And then tomorrow what we can do? Randomly ask yes and no. I will say the words and you will bring a flash tomorrow in your head, right? So if I say yes, you should get your yes symbol tomorrow. If I say no, you should get your no tomorrow. If you have practiced enough, right? This is the kind of practice you can do on your own also. But make sure that this is perfected to the highest level, because there can't be anything more powerful than this. Your inner guidance system will become activated. So try it for the rest of the day today with this no signal. I know it's very boring. Even it's just like childhood days we used to do things. Just think like that. Okay, I have to somehow get this thing done. Do the homework, and rest of your life you will remember me. That guy taught us something. That's how important. Very good. It's a very, very powerful thing. So please do. It's only boredom of a few days, but these few days boredom will fetch most powerful results for you. All right. So now, any feedback? Thank you, Monil ji. Thank you for your feedback. It's time for all of you in Hong Kong to go to sleep now.
No, I'm very wide awake. It's not
Good,
yet.
good.
Still have 1, 2 hours. Namaste, everyone. But Saleshi, I have a question
Um,
that this we are practicing, so we are trying to see the image or the vision. But when we are communicating with our higher self, that time not necessary we will see the vision, right? We can only feel like the signals will be kinetic movements.
Not necessary. Kinetic
Yeah.
movements is the easiest form of doing it, right? What I am trying to teach you is this is going to become integral to your way of doing things. This is how integrated this becomes eventually. That flash is instant. So even when, let's say, you are asking your higher self, is it in my best interest to discuss this topic with you? And the
Yeah.
immediate
Right.
pop, you will have a flash right there.
Mhm.
That's how important it is, right? This is what will happen even during your quiet period communication. Also, this will happen. To me, this happens all the time. When I am talking to anyone, when I am thinking about things, I am contemplating things. Also, when I am listening to Osho, that when I am listening to the audio, my mind constantly keeps processing information, right? All of you must be going through the same experience, I hope. When you are listening to YouTube, for example, something on YouTube, right? Your mind is processing that information constantly. When you are listening, there is a processing going on. And of that processing, filtering is happening. You are registering some part of it and you are rejecting some part of it. That processing, at that time, your signals are going to flash. Your signal will tell you this is good information and this is not good information. That's how powerful this can be, right? So what to trust when you are, let's say, when you are listening to a YouTube video. These days, you know how people are creating videos. It's all artificial intelligence created video. Anything can be created in the form of a video, and the people who are looking at could believe that to be true,
Right. Lots of
right?
information.
But
Yeah.
now, if you have this process going on, you will instantly reject it. Your higher self will guide you through that.
Mm.
That's your filters will be powerful. I mean, trustworthy, I would call it, right? Your filters now will be trustworthy. They won't come from ignorance.
Mm.
That is the advantage. And to me, for I'm so much used to this because I've been practicing it for now a number of years. So because it has become second nature to me, I once my no comes from within, I don't even go back there. I just don't reconsider. I just keep moving on. Right? I don't analyze why no and nothing like that. I just leave it and go because now I trust the signal. When it says no, that means no. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Right? That's how important the decisions become.
But my experience these few days when I was doing Diwali Puja, then there were signals happening, like unusual signals that I have not experienced before.
Hmm.
So my neck was moving to the left again and again, not very visible, but I could feel it.
Ah,
I could feel it very that as
ah,
if somebody is like
ah,
trying to make, and there was
ah,
like some vibrations happening. So that
ah,
was very new to
ah,
my experience. And then I was trying to communicate that I was doing for the family, I'm doing the puja and arti in a
hmm,
physical way, but so I was telling to my higher self, are you connected? Are you there with me now? And then,
hmm, hmm.
because I was getting the signals, but not my usual signals.
Yeah,
Mm.
yes. And that is perfectly okay. As long as you are able to recognize a shift, your awareness is being tested. Are you really aware? When you are doing something, you are aware. Are you present there? These signals bring you into the present only. The kinetic signals, they are almost like reminding you to be in the present.
Mm.
So They
I
are pretty good.
experienced that.
Yeah, if you are getting that, that's perfectly fine. There is no one way of doing it.
Yeah, I'm getting many signals now which are not like practiced by me or which are not necessarily I experience them in my quiet periods. It's like happening whenever I'm like, especially on my meditation chair, when I'm sitting, there is a signal coming now, which is like a sensation happening at the same place every time.
Mm.
Each time I sit there. So
Yes.
I can feel that energy, that
Mm.
kind of, and I feel that so it's really about awareness because even if
Mm.
I'm not at like the quiet period, still I can feel it, those signals.
Yes, correct. And that sensation thing is my higher self signal.
Mm.
That's what I get when I say, my dear higher self, give me my signal. That's what I get. I get a sensation right here. Actually, it feels like the top portion of my head is separated from rest of the head. It's like very distinct sensation, just almost like a katora type sensation, you know,
Mm.
on the head. I get
And
that.
higher self presence is always there. Through
Oh
intuition, it
yeah,
tells us so much. It's becoming more and more
yeah,
intuitive, like every time. I
yes.
was sharing my experience with Preeti ji yesterday. I would like to share that in Diwali, decluttering everything. So I had a very like a organizer for my makeup and stuff. And then I thought that it's very old now, it's done now. Then it was also a little like I never noticed that it's got so like, used up and all. So I said, okay, I'll send love and I'll leave it now. I'll let it go. And then, but I had in my back of the mind that I have to buy new, but I was not very, very desperate to get it. I said, whenever it happens, whenever I come across something good, then it would be meant for me. So yesterday we had like some household exhibition. So I went there with my friends and I was walking around the booths because there were 100 and 200, like so many booths there. So we had to cross through to just look up and we were like just having fun. So when this booth which was closing and that guy just suddenly came out and he hanged the bag near me and he's saying, this is for you free. So I opened and saw and it was two organizers for my like for my lipsticks and stuff. So I said, how did it happen? There are so many people in the booth, like in the exhibition. Hundreds and thousands of people must have passed through that booth. And why he's only came at the right time to me because I saw that his booth is empty now. So he's packing up and going because usually
Yeah.
they have sample sales. So he just put the bag in front of my face and I couldn't believe this the whole day. And I said, what happened? Why did this only happen to me? And then it brought more realization when I came home. And because of sample sale, you can just, you like, so you two people like the same thing, but they will only, one of them will get, right?
Hmm.
So one of them, so maybe two people like the same thing, but you have to choose. So I was every time offering to other people that if you like it, you can take it. It's okay. I can give you. But then there were some water glasses that I liked so much. So I took it and I was like, this, I'm in my head. I said, this I'm not going to give to anybody. So when I came home and I washed them, I kept it carefully and it were very fragile and they were very pretty. So I said, I'll not actually drink in this. When people come, then I'm going to offer them this. And then my everything started about ownership, that why I want to own everything. Why does it give me like, is this love that I love that glasses and I got it? And then I didn't let other people take it because and then such a deep realization happened about ownership that why we want to own everything. Why can't we just love and leave it, you know?
Mhm.
So
Good, good, good.
this was my
The
experience
being
and
in
realization.
awareness. So this is the example of being in awareness all the time, right? Whatever we are doing, it may seem trivial at home. You do so many things. It may seem very trivial. Oh, you do it
Right.
all the time. But actually now in awareness, you begin to see the meaning behind it. You begin to see the deeper So that's basically essential. You are opening up your inner communication. Now you can hear yourself much more clearly. Your
Yeah,
wisdom is now available to you. It was always available, you were not listening. But now you are
right.
paying attention, you are in awareness, you are paying attention, so that wisdom is useful for you now. It has always existed. But it was like a
Definitely.
closed book, right? You were not reading it. Now the book has opened, you can read it. That is what is going on. So awareness is that only. Being able to use what you already have. So beautiful. Yeah, thank you.
And definitely inner talk has become so powerful because anytime anything comes, even like a small thing, a person, anything, any situation from the past pops up. It's just sending love, just so more and more as we are getting aligned to that God's quality. It's working like magic, wonders. It's bringing wonders, at least in my life. I can experience it for small things, and I'm happy. I'm not expecting very big things, but these small things is catching my attention day
Yeah,
after day, and it's becoming so beautiful. The life, like every day, I'm in that joy and peace and happiness mood.
yeah, correct. Good, very nice. So I want to tell everyone that you must practice today. Tomorrow we will play a game. I am going to play a game with you. So be prepared. We will play a yes no game, right? And it's not to prove anything. It will be just to help you feel confident. Okay, we'll play a game, and through that you will begin to understand the total process very clearly. Well, how can you master the art of reprogramming your subconscious all the time? This is basically, that's what this is the yes and no part is only an outcome of it, but you are learning a process of reprogramming. That's what I'm teaching you, how you can reprogram. And it's absolutely possible for anybody. You don't need any pre-qualifications. For everybody this is possible.
Shailesh, we keep doing this, right? Whoever wants to make their signal pakka, like they want
Yes,
to
yes, yeah.
work on it, they just do this. For example, I had a Rubik's square today, and yesterday I had a small pyramid. So I'll take these objects and in my hand and keep practicing.
Yes, you can do that. But like a pyramid and a
Rubik's square, yeah,
Rubik
this
cube,
one. Mm.
this cube and pyramid could create confusion for you because these shapes are similar.
Okay, so I'll take another object.
Uh,
Yeah.
take something which is completely disconnected, totally different, right? Like for me, a white bottle was my
Mm.
yes, and a black case of earphone. These are physically different shapes also, right?
Mm.
So when they appear in my imagination, they will not cause any doubt in my head, because mind will be looking for doubts all the time. So when the flash happens, mind is going to say, hey, what are you doing? Mind will jump in. So we have to um, be clear in how we approach the whole thing, right? So picking something which is, like for example, like if you have a pyramid yesterday, you can just pick up a pair of glasses or a pen.
Sure.
Very different,
Mm.
right? Or maybe a button, something, or a coin, something completely different. That will help.
Because
Yeah,
actually these are all on my desk, so I just picked up
yeah, yeah.
and then yeah, a
Yeah,
bookmark maybe. I have a
any
bookmark too, a pen and a
anything.
pencil. Yeah.
Yeah, because you will not need these physically once your practice is done. Then you don't need physical objects with you, right? They will just become part of you. So you need these objects only for this much period, this much time till you practice. After that, is there anyone who has established yes and no signals here? Anyone in the group who has established yes and no signals? Then I can test with them. Anyone wants to test? Okay, how good my signal is? I can test it with them.
I think emotionally, yes, not with objects.
Hmm.
I've not done it with objects,
Doesn't
but
matter. Whatever
yeah,
your yes and no signal, if you already have one,
yeah.
you have, right? Okay.
Mhm.
So I will think and you tell me. This is the game we will play tomorrow with everybody. But today
Mhm.
let's try this thing. Okay. I will think either yes or no. Only two. Huh? Only two possibilities. So you have 50% probability of being right. So I will think and you have to tell me what I thought, right? I will just say, I will raise my hand when I have thought. Okay.
Yes.
I had a no.
Oh, you had to know.
I had a no. Right. So this is how you can test whether your signal is functioning or not. Before you begin to trust your signal, you will have to do these kind of tests. So this is one example of testing. The other example of testing could be, let's say, after tonight, by tomorrow you think yes, you have your yes and you have your no. Okay, good. Now tomorrow early in the morning when you wake up, you pick up one question for which will unfold during the day for you tomorrow. One thing, right? Let's say, will my husband wear a white shirt? Something like that. Something which has no implications as such. It doesn't matter whether he wears a white or a blue or whatever, right? But in your head, ask this question yourself: will he wear a white shirt, right? And then check your signal. Your signal will tell you yes or a no, and then you wait and watch, right? And the test will be true. You will immediately know whether your signal was right or not. This is how you keep validating your signal. Little things. Will it rain tonight, right? Or will my neighbor bring me food today? Anything. You just have to create a question which has no bearing on you, because there should be no emotional engagement with the outcome. For validation, this is important. There should be no emotional engagement with the outcome. Supposing you are thinking about a disease or a pain or something like that, you will be emotionally entangled and your answer will be biased. So during validation, always pick up something which doesn't have a bearing on you. Okay? Will I witness rain tonight, right? Or today? Whatever. Something of that nature you can pick up. There are plenty of things you can imagine. And then once you have validated your test, then you will know. Right? So I'm kind of, in bits and pieces, I'm teaching you the techniques. And these techniques apply to any mechanism that you want to use. Right now we are doing yes and no signal. You can use exactly the same knowledge for pendulum. Same knowledge. Or any other device that helps you, like L rods, or there are plenty of things people have. For any of those things, you can utilize the same techniques. But once you are through with it, trust me, you will remember me forever.
So I was going to say that I won't be there tomorrow and I'll
Mhm.
have to see it through the YouTube session. And you asked the question.
Mm.
So I was
This is
like,
this is
it,
why.
yeah, it's like, yeah.
Now you know how universe works, right? I I see these synchronicities every day. Every day, this continues to happen, and I'm pretty sure this must have been happening in the past also, but I was not aware. Now I am aware, right? After struggling for 3 years, Preeti has finally taught me to look at numbers. 3 2s, 4 1s, 3 4s, 5 5 5. I never paid attention to any of that stuff, and she constantly keeps reminding, see the time in the clock right now, it's 1 1 1. Okay, good. So bringing me to the present, right? And these are the things that I started paying attention to. It brings my awareness to the present. Essentially, that's what it does. So synchronicities I have started noticing now because I'm more in the present now. So all of you can enjoy this.
And so you should learn about the numbers, or it's just that you
No.
are in the present.
No, that is a rabbit hole. So don't go there. Understand the uh, synchronicity part. What to me that uh, the meaning of the number is a secondary aspect. Primary aspect is I paid attention to the number. That means I am in the present.
Hmm.
I'm right here. Where I'm seeing it, I'm here. So that's what I am more concerned with. How I interpret that information is very subjective. For everybody, it will be different. There can't be a general rule. If internet says something, it is valid for that person who has written that article on internet. You can ask ChatGPT also; it will tell you same thing what is there on the internet. But it may not be true for you. You can test it. May not be true always, right? So just take it with a pinch of salt. Do your own validation. I do it for anything and everything now. I validate everything because I learn from that only. If someone has that experience, it is their experience, and I'm not saying it is not true, must be true for them. But for me, will it be the same? I have to test it. Right? That's how it is. And when you have this awareness, this intention, proof will keep coming to you also. Say for example, let's say I'm listening to something on YouTube being narrated by Osho. Osho has given a thought. He's given a thought. I don't absorb it just like that. I listen. Fine, this is Osho's thought. He taught this to many people. Yeah, people felt very good about it. I will need to know what this really means. And within a day or two, I get experience of that. I get the experience to kind of give me a personal experience of that particular idea, that thought. It happens, right? Then I know from experience. Yes, that's how I developed. I would say so much acceptance for Osho's thinking. It was because he taught you validate. He only taught that you validate. You don't accept what I am talking. And the same thing, I developed that habit, and in the process, I'm learning. And probably from my childhood, I have been like that. I question everything. So that's how you learn. It's a process of learning. And now, yes and no. Imagine how powerful can this be, right? You are sitting with a doctor and some discussion is going on. You will get your inner guidance, and there you can accept or reject that conclusion that's coming. But if you're sitting with the doctor and you start doing this, the doctor will say, what are you doing? So that's why this inner flash is much more convenient, practically, very convenient. And nobody will ever get to know what went on inside. Yeah.
Celeste, I have a question.
Yes.
They're saying like this, that's my signal. Yes,
That's
Arun.
it is okay, or I am not saying it's bad. All I'm saying is you will then need to use it um, with your discretion, right? If you find it convenient to use at some place, you can use it. But that flash thing is automatic actually. You don't even have to ask a question, it comes down. For me, it comes instantly, it comes.
Yes, so I get that too. So now I already have my physical signal, the flash, and now the one which you taught today.
Hmm.
So I pencil. So now my question is, so can we program all of this? So can all of this, which one we should, you know,
I-
um,
if you have validated each one of them independently, so whichever signal you have, let's say you have three different signals for yes, okay, all three signals tell you the same thing only. Why, where is the confusion?
no, there is no confusion.
Right? So
Yeah.
now that the thing is that you need to make sure that are these really telling me the yes or no? That validation is very important. So once you have your signal, now you test it. Like I just showed you a demo of a test with the our Jaya ji just now, right? That sort of a thing you can test. You can test, let's say, with your tonight when you go to bed. Imagine, ask yourself a question.
Okay.
What? Ask yourself a question. Well, tomorrow when I attend the session, will Shailesh be wearing a white shirt?
Okay.
Yeah, simple. Whether she wears a black, white, gray, it doesn't matter anything to you, right? So you won't have a bias, right? And now check your question, make a note. Make a note, right?
Ask me independently, I should test it, right? So, okay.
Just ask yourself. You don't have to declare to anybody. Just ask yourself and then check, validate it. Once you see me tomorrow morning, see the color of my shirt and say, well, oh, okay, my answer was right or my answer was not right. Right? That's how you validate your yes and no. Initially, mind will play with you. And that is what you have to eliminate through practice. You can eliminate it. Mind will get tired. Mind will get tired very soon.
I have these three plus I also use pendulum. So four actually. I have four signals now.
Yeah, good.
Thank you.
Just validate the signals so that you are sure. Till such time you have validated your signals, do not apply them with critical things. That's the purpose of telling you. Don't apply this, or I mean, like if it's a question of life and death and you apply your signal there and it is not validated, you can end up into problems. So don't do
Yeah,
that.
I have been applying right now for cars because we're going to buy a car. So each model I take, okay, should I buy this? Yes or no? Should I buy this like Toyota, Honda? Like that I was going by. Let me see who will end up buying.
Yes. Now, supposing you get yes for three different ones, what will you do?
Actually, I'm not getting that. I'm only getting one yes. For
Then
one.
it's okay. But yeah, it all this is what I'm saying. So you will have to practice, learn the technique in more detail. Over time, you will know it. But the first thing is to validate and develop a trust. Validate, develop a trust, and that will come with practice. Once you start trusting, after that it becomes easy. After that, nothing will prevent you. You will be able to drive through without a problem.
Okay. Thank you, Shailesh.
Thank you. Anything else anybody would like to add? Okay, good. Then, Preeti, do you want to add anything or something you want to say about this whole thing?
I'm good, just practice.
Yeah. Excellent. So tomorrow everybody should be ready for playing a test, right? You continue with the practice,
Maybe we
and
can just do initially yes and no, like you just ask and people can visualize, and then you
Mm,
can do random.
yes, yes, yeah, yeah. Tomorrow we will go through the practice first, and then we will do
So
the
in the
test.
chapter also it is mentioned that you practice first yes, then no, then you do mix of random yes and no.
Mm.
Then people might have that confidence. Although I know it will take more time and more
It will
practice.
take time, and like for example, I can tell you, don't expect magic to happen right away. I have been practicing this almost like more than 4 years now. In 2019, so almost 6 years now. Oh my god. So almost 6 years I've been practicing it off and on, not continuously, but it's become part of me. The still many times I don't get the right answer. It does happen. But
Because
I
of
keep
emotions, like we are
ah
in emotions,
ours.
then
Yes, our state changes. So many, it is improving though, significantly it has improved, but still there are times, and I keep validating that process like I taught you just now. Simple questions, no bias, easy questions, and test. Okay, I ask the question, and then later on the result comes to me automatically, and then I validate. Okay, how many times have I been right? How many times have I not been right? All those things will give me a level of confidence for myself.
so also you were guiding us to just visualize an object.
Mm,
So it is good, like might be you have played some games where people ask you to visualize for 10 seconds. So that's
mm,
the tick tick time behind when he's guiding. I was just clocking that when
mm,
he's saying open your eyes, watch, and then no. It was like a 10 second. So you can feed that to your mind and watch the object for a little 10 second, or if you want little longer, as per your absorption, so that your eyes filled with water, and then you close the eyes gently and then you allow the image to appear. So when you will open your eyes and if you look around, you will see that image patch on the wall. If you are
mm,
looking on the wall,
mm,
like it's very easy. If you, the kind of object Shailesh has got is like contrast, right? So white and black.
mm.
These things are very easy, like also blue and red kind of thing. So very contrast colors, like crisp colors, and then you see, let your eyes fill with tears, and then you close your eyes, and then visualize, take your time, then open your eyes, and with that sound of no. So that's the technique you can practice on your own.
Very good. Yeah. You can definitely change the how much time you want to look at the object and then close. How much time you want to visualize. It's up to you.
For me, like PTG, good that you brought this up because for me it is very less. Like I want to see the object and I feel like closing the eyes. Like, even if Saleji is not asking us to close, and I still close and I say no, no, because I don't know. I go like the eyes become very heavy, and from 2 days it's happening like that. The energy is very high.
It's like
Like
going
I
in
don't want
trance.
to open. Yeah, I don't want to open my eyes too long because as if I want to close it and say no, close it like as if very fast. So it's like you said, flesh.
So
That
today
is
when I was practicing no, I was getting my own signal, which is like
Mm,
very much difficult. Now I know, now I realize that like getting a jolt in over all over the body, like a
mm,
current kind of thing. So I just thought, okay, this let's make this signal better. That instead of experiencing that jolt all the time, whenever people are talking and you're not liking, your body is like shaking from within, right? So instead of that, just have something different.
just just do whatever is more convenient for you. That's important. Remember how you will apply this technique, how you are going to use this knowledge.
mm,
Yesterday practice was easy. Today I was feeling little difficult because every no is a kind of a word that we don't want to hear. So it was bringing me those experiences when I was
I got
facing a
that.
no.
Yes, I got that thought as well. Exactly the same thing I also felt. Yeah. I
And
think.
what I felt is like before Shailesh said that you can say it aloud. And I was already doing it yesterday and today. I was not saying in my mind, I was saying it. So when I was saying no initially, it
Hmm.
was like, a kind of rejection, very harsh. I was saying no. And then later on, I realized then it became more softer. I said, no, no, this I know experienced today. That
Yeah.
before
Same
I said
thing.
as if no means I'm very like, I'm
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
like no, negative. And but slowly, slowly, as I was practicing no, it went more softer, more softer.
Yeah, it happened with me as well. And it also helps us release that negative association between no, the word no, and our thinking negative, right? That association will also break. No is not a bad word. It's okay to say no.
Yes.
But you don't want to face it, right? So those memories were coming where you don't like to face no. So this was like, also it's like a signal when your body says no. It's about body language. Body is also saying no. So when your mind says no, your body says no. So all that signals were coming together to make me realize that this is your no signal as I was practicing with this object. Also, when we are in crowd, like we are sitting together with many people and we are into conversation, and at that time, it might be difficult at times to just feel your body, right? So if you are practicing unified, it is easier where you are centering yourself again and again. Then you can feel the signal coming to your body. Your physiological things are working, right? So yes, no, coming together. So this thing is like you're listening somebody very deeply, and then uh, inner response is coming as an image. So that's the difference. Like if you are too much engrossed in talking with people and you are not aware fully, not aware of your body, then you might miss your physical signal. But if this image is like an image in your mind, it might keep coming as you practice more and more. It could be easier than the body signal. Like I just felt that.
Over time, this practice is going to establish and settle down. So just do the practice. You will evolve with the practice.
So yesterday it was written on the chat that look for something that you like and something that you don't like. So I was thinking there is nothing I don't like, but I have to use as a no signal. And then I chose a pen. So yesterday it was an earring. And the pen said like, मैंने कौन सा जुल्म किया है that you don't like me. So that
It was
no,
very
like you said,
difficult to find a thing that we don't like. The same thing Monil just also said, and I also said, like, what don't like? And I can't find one thing that I don't like.
yeah. But today you clarified use something as a no signal, something as a yes signal. So that doesn't become negative. So now, like at times when I need a pen and I'm not able to find it, I was like, you said you don't like the pen. That's why it's coming to you that way. But today it was better clarified. Yeah.
When I wrote that message, after writing the message, I also thought about it, but I said, well, it has come, let it go, because it is going to do something to somebody. Just let it go. And you are right that not liking something is associated with negativity in our mind, right? And that will surface. That's what was happening when we were saying no today, right? So when we are saying no, the intention behind the word is actually dominant at that time. It will all dissolve. No, remember, my personal experience is no signal is most difficult signal to get because we don't have acceptance for no. So that signal we reject. It keeps coming and we reject. It keeps coming, we reject. Then there will be a time after practicing enough, you will start accepting the no. That's when the signal will establish. Yes is very easy to, the yes signal will come much faster to everybody. It is our association with the two words. And remember, this association will interfere with your communication with your higher self. When you are communicating with your higher self and the answer comes no, what will happen within you? Think of that process that will go on. This is why in the chapters in our book, he devoted one full paragraph about processing the no. It is going to be more advantageous for us to investigate the no. That's what he has mentioned there in the chapter. Right? There is a purpose to that. There is a meaning. So, this practice is going to give you a practical experience of that no. What does it do to me? In your awareness, you will feel everything like you just now mentioned. Preeti mentioned, Monil, and I went through the same experience today during the 10 minutes. But understanding that there is a connection between no and the energy behind. We have associations in our mind, in our memory. Those associations need to change. See, there is nothing that I don't like versus no. Think about this little more.
Also,
So,
when we do affirmations, we like generally don't use the word no. Yes, there is no acceptance for the word no.
Universe only says yes. So there will be one time with your alignment that you will only get to say yes when you become the universe, when you become all that is. So that's the journey where we know where all the situation where we have rejection or friction, those kind of things when they vanish. That's the time we have to wait.
no
All what
is
you say is yes.
so no exists only in duality. Even yes exists only in duality, right? So we have to be fully aware that we are working in the domain of duality. And in duality, both aspects of the same thing are equally valid. So we have to begin to recognize that we have different associations with different aspects of the same thing. The thing is same. Say, think about it. Like, think of something that a sweet, a chocolate.
Gulab jamun, yeah.
Right? So you have good things about gulab jamun in your mind, in your thinking, and also bad things about gulab jamun in your thinking, both. And they both influence you at different points in time differently. None of them is bad though. They both together make it a gulab jamun. Without one of them, gulab jamun will not exist. So acceptance of both aspects is important. That is what we are learning anyway.
What I was telling with yes, only yes, was that no is a way of learning where you drop your rejections. So when you fine tune yourself with God qualities and all that we've learned in Unified, I've experienced that there will be lesser time you face no, whether there's an invite from somebody, whether you have to eat some food or not, so that kind of knowingness will come. So only you keep working, with flow. You working with the thing. Suppose you got a pasta and then something inside is saying don't eat it, right? So this is just to build your own wisdom and trust your own knowing that is coming from within. So over the period of time, the things will happen that you will vanish such things in your way that will make you say no. Basically, it will bring you the stuff that you align with. When you're truly in that God qualities, then only the things where you come, the acceptance come easily. Only you say yes. You keep saying yes. You keep saying yes, and you explore. It doesn't bring you bad experience. So the no is, the book also says that no is the, no is could be so much to learn. So the no, when we deal with no in our journey, we learn so much. But then we learn to go with no, and we flow with ease. Then we create more of to say yes. That creation goes in that way. That's I have experienced sometimes throughout the period, last 8 months. So when the yes comes, when no comes, when rejection, and there is a turbulence inside, when that acceptance for no also comes, so those kind of shift that gradually happens over the period of time. You just need to be aware all the time what I'm going through, all my experience, all the shaking, or all the flow, the joy, that inner resonance that we need to identify, acknowledge.
Also, think about your children. When do they pay attention to you? When you say no. Otherwise, they are busy with their stuff, right? The moment you say no, they pay attention to you. Oh, my mom is here. No is associated with things. No is a reminder. It's a very important aspect of existence that reminds us of the flow. Reminds us, see what an obstruction does. Now you can continue to flow. Just be mindful that an obstruction can be there. So no is our association needs to change with no. No is an equally important aspect of my being.
I can just tell you the example I gave about the pasta, right? So um, I only made that pasta, but I got the sauce from the market, which my son loves very much. So it had Parmesan cheese, and I was very much skeptical about this Parmesan cheese, although I found like I'm not very much trustworthy on cheese, how they're made. So, but then I just Googled it, and it was saying that there's a, you know um, flesh from calf, baby cows, they're used to make that. Then I threw all the bottle, and that's how I was continuously 2 3 times I was getting that inner knowing that you don't eat this. But I was not eating a whole plate, but I was just cooking and tasting and then offering, and then I was getting a no, and constantly a no. Then one day I read it on internet, and I threw the whole bottle, and I told my son, I said, okay, Mama, you put one more no that you don't want to eat this. Well, I have no problem eating this, but for that I have to kill cow. For milk, I don't have to kill cow, but for a flesh, or for a fat from intestine, I just need to kill cow. Then only I can take that out, and I can't, take it. Then he said, okay, don't bring it. He also agreed that he doesn't want to eat it. But that signal was constantly on, and then he agreed. I mean, I didn't have to say much. I could have made it for him, but he just said, okay, don't bring it now. So easily over the period of time, I kept giving him, and then I had the remaining sauce in the bottle, but I threw it. I just felt like I can't, when I know it now, I can't eat it anymore. So that's how the inner talk was there, inner that signal was there that don't consume this, not good for you. And then gradually, things easily, I didn't have to bargain, like easily accept and let go, and things will change. So easily, just with less friction, only then the things will change. The other things came with, okay, try this. This is better.
But you said you have used it a few times.
I was getting no signal, but then I didn't pay attention. Why? Because it's just a sauce, right? But the Parmesan cheese, I had to, and they in the ingredient they will write Parmesan cheese. But then go back and check how they make Parmesan cheese. Then you will find that how they make it. So whatever we take, it affects our energy. So we there we have to be a little mindful.
I still don't know how. I was veg for 12 years, and then I've started eating now because it's affecting my immunity. It's making me stronger. And I challenged my coach that what you're saying doesn't make sense. And I tried it for 3 months, and there was a huge difference in my blood test. It made like huge difference, not just a little different. So I'm still working on that. I'm looking for a signal. I'm still waiting. I don't know how to change that back. I want to. I will eventually, but for the moment, there's a lot of difference. I don't know. It's a mix of the meditation, the change in my thinking, the change in my behavior. Yeah, that's affecting a lot. But this is something I have to work on still.
So
Don't
healing is
force yourself. Don't
healing is a
force yourself.
process actually.
Remember that both ways of eating are there, they exist. There are people who are vegetarians, so there are people who are not vegetarians. And in vegetarians also there are vegans, and there are all kinds of classifications. People are making choices. It's individual choice. But remember that allow natural choices for you, more aware people. Now those who are becoming aware, the choices must come from within. Then they are sustainable. If you suppress your desires, they will come open up someday. That's not how things to be done. Instead of suppressing the desire, that desire itself, if it stops coming, then the change is sustainable. So my suggestion to anyone for that matter is that don't force yourself. I mean, personally, I have seen it in my life, right? I used to smoke heavily, and I tried so many times to quit smoking under pressure, and I could never. And then one day it happened from within, and instantly it was like I can never forget this. I remember the day and the time of that event. That from within something happened that I don't want to smoke anymore. I had a few brand new packets of cigarettes. I just broke it, threw it in the garbage, and after that, till date, I haven't had a desire to smoke from within. The same thing is now happening with sugar for me. I have, for now it's been almost 2 months since I have started working on my eating pattern, and now I don't feel the need to eat sugar anymore. So for such a long time, my doctor has been constantly showing me the numbers. See, this is what is happening. See, this is, take more insulin, take this, take that. He is constantly pressurizing me, but nothing was changing in my mind. I was still eating the chocolates and sweets and everything. But when it came from within, I wanted to explore myself. And then when I started to explore, my knowing changed. When the knowing changed, my inner trigger changed. Now, the chocolate and the sweet, like the Diwali passed, sweets and chocolates are all over the place. Uh, Not only on the plate, but also on the internet, everywhere. It's only the same image, right? But nothing impacted me. I didn't have the desire. You talked of gulab jamun earlier. If you had talked, I would have wanted to go and eat, but not anymore. Right? That from inside. So this change has to come from within. I was also non-vegetarian for the rest of the whole of my life, and then one day inner change triggered that, well, this is not the right thing I am doing, and after that I don't have a desire at all. There is no need. There is no desire from within. It's not because of any medical reason or for any doctor saying anything. This is just a choice that I made. So um, don't be worried about any kinds of mental pressures. If mental pressures are there, then you won't sustain it. So anything you try to do under pressure is not sustainable.
Also, when I said healing is a process, it really means, whatever is deep within, it comes on the surface. Then you see it in your physical changes, like the blood sugar raising, or the obesity, or gaining weight, or some other stuff, some other variation. But these things are like coming on the surface to be released, right? So just don't take it as we falling sick, but whenever the disease come, actually we are releasing those deeper wounds, those unseen hurt, which the energy form we carry. So that's my understanding how now I can realize that every cell that is extra in the fat is my fear. It's putting me safe. So that's how
Ah,
I take it personally.
weight gain is primarily caused by insecurity. Know this thing. Anybody who is struggling with weight gain must know that you have deep-seated insecurity within you. Work on it and you won't have. This is primary reason your body is storing for the future.
I know, like my
Eh,
sisters, they've been working on their weight for so long, like especially the younger ones. She's been like doing Zumba, yoga, some other thing, but she won't lose weight because it's not with food, it's not with exercise, it's with something that we carry inside, that fear, that insecurity. So that comes, so like that, this is one example like that. All the such imbalances that we see in physical terms, they are outcome of those energy, those emotions that we carry within. So we have to work on developing more of our true qualities, and then we'll see that change. So as you said,
remember,
my think my number came down, it came drastically, it's getting better. It might be you aligning with your true self.
Mm.
yeah. Also understand the process, right? The process, um, how our body functions. It functions based on our own energetic um, framework. We carry experiences from all our past lives with us, right? And there is no single soul on this planet that has not experienced in one of their lifetimes famine. Everyone has experienced famine, what it means to not get food for months, for days. You may not have food. That insecurity is embedded in our being, and that insecurity creates these kind of functions in the body. You never know when you get your next meal. Store it, right? That insecurity is what causes weight gain. Now,
Also, another thing, Shalishi, learning to handle abundance. If you see now on table, you have so many cuisine, and like you cook differently for kids, for grandparents, or husband, wife. So it's so different. So you have so much, you have opulence. Then how do you handle it? So the path we are in, we are also learning to handle those abundance.
That
So,
was me before. I would eat a lot of something thinking that I won't get it later, or let me enjoy more of it now. But now it's the sense of protein. The more protein, maybe I've been told that the more protein you eat, the faster you heal, in terms of like when you're doing training, when you're doing exercise, when you're doing running. So I'm practicing for a marathon. So that's sort of embedded in me maybe now, because of other people's think that vegetarian does not give you that much protein to heal.
do you know proteins? Have you studied about proteins? What are proteins?
No, tell me.
Better do that. Then you will know what
Hmm.
people are saying is all bullshit. That is actually nonsense. Anything that you know about protein today doesn't doesn't it's a industry created thought that, oh, for proteins you need to eat meat. That is creation of the industry. Understand proteins first, right? An internationally well-known nutritionist has a video on YouTube. You should watch it, and he explains what is a protein. It's a combination of 20 amino acids, and those 20 amino acids are available in most of the vegetarian food in different proportions. So actually vegetarians eat almost 2 times the protein requirement of the body. This is not understood by the industry. It doesn't favor the industry, because you understand why why does industry want you to eat meat? You have to understand the whole chain. So because of the demand for milk and eggs, these are the two primary sources of the problem. Because of demand for milk and eggs, they have to have the hen and the cows. Now, when these hen and cow have delivered what they were to deliver and they are aging, what to do with them? It is a dead investment. So, inspire people to eat meat. So you can sell now. When they die, you sell them.
They kill and they sell them. They don't die.
Yeah,
Natural death.
remember, if there is no demand, think about it. If there is no demand for milk and eggs, you won't get meat in the market at all. Trust me on that. So the source is somewhere else. And the industry has to promote it so that they can sell. It's the same thing true with many products in the market. We have to now that we are becoming more aware and conscious beings, we have to query, sit with your own higher self and talk about it.
So I can just say, Shaileji, that milk has been part of ancient food, but not, I don't know about the meat, but milk I know has been part of very old time. So people have been consuming milk, but not the kind of meat, the quantity we see, like a truck loaded is going for, that butchering and all that. All that I know from my experience, that when industry says that you eat protein and you get better, so there are different diets. So how it works, like if you have a tree and you have infest in that pest infestation, and then you would just go and spray on those leaves and things, the leaves becomes, they heal quicker. Instead, if you put the medicine in the root and it takes time to, to reach and then do a deeper healing, but then it takes time. So what happens here, we put meat just to make numbers look good, just to make our physical body look good, but then by ingesting those energy, which is the energy of hurt and pain, we deeper inside we will never be feeling that true joy that we are that pain, this carry of hatred or anger, it will be in our blood deeply. Like we cannot be free from that if we keep ingesting the source like that. The food makes a lot of difference in our being. So that's how I see, like when I know my son is also getting ready for sports and he's into that state. I always keep wonder, but I'll just let things to unfold how it wants to be. Because I will also been a non-vegetarian for a long time, but it didn't take any time for me to quit. And I'm happy that I did it long, long, long back. And the journey still continues. And it's getting better and better with my own experience, the understanding, the clarity that I'm getting about the food, what to say yes, what to no, and the easily coming. And I know if I overeat also, I know there's a limit. I can't go beyond it. So I allow myself also to enjoy those moments, right? So whatever it brings, it's my true self. Like I'm not hiding my suffering, my pain, my worries, or also I'm not just becoming um, totally in God qualities. So whatever I am, whoever I am, I'm just in that being state.
The solution for everything is in learning and knowing. Knowing is more important. The more you learn about something, the more you can make a better decision about it. And now, once again, I will contradict myself here in saying that none of this is wrong. There is nothing wrong in the universe, right? Meat eating has existed forever and it will not stop. This also I know. Okay, but I at least can make my choices, right? Right? I can make my choices, whatever. In this lifetime, this is what I have made a choice and I am going to experience it this way. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. I don't want to assign a good or bad thing about it. Be independent in your thinking. Test it for yourself. Feel it for yourself. Also pay attention to how your mind thinks when you are ingesting some type of food. Your thinking process will begin to tell you that I am getting more thoughts of this type when I eat this kind of food. That is that's how food impacts our experiences, life experiences. When you have thoughts of violence in your head, you can't imagine love, right? This is very obvious thing that we can all know, right? So the source of these thoughts, where are they coming from? From a good amount of it is created from what we eat. So, and or it can be vice versa also. Your thoughts can drive you to eating something of that nature, right? So they are connected. And once you begin to pay attention, being aware is more important. Be aware, educate yourself, learn more about it. Don't get biased with what somebody is saying. Okay, accept, okay, you are saying this, fine, I understand, must be your experience. I need to experience it myself, right? And develop my own knowing about it. So, learning and then trying it out, experimenting with it, and then creating your own decision is, to me, that is the most appropriate path for you. Every individual will have their own path. And for you, the decision may be that you need to eat meat, and that's fine, right? That's through your own education when it comes. Your own tailor-made solution is what is meant for you. So I will always encourage you to make choices with awareness. Right? That's it. Otherwise, life is just there to enjoy. Just enjoy it.
Even the learned masters, they only say that you do everything in awareness, and even a thief can become a saint. If he steal things in awareness, he will become a saint. So, so when we do things like that, I think for me it was that realization only. Before, when I was eating in India, I never saw how meat is made and cut and served. But here, when I went to stores and I saw, the tons of lying meat all at one corner, and then it was difficult to breathe in, and then I thought, how can I eat it? So then things usually, like, I came in 2010, and by 2011 I was a full vegetarian. So it just happened with that realization. So everybody's journey is different, so go through the experience. And as I said, and my son is growing here, and now I cannot force him with what I realized myself. I can guide him, but he will make his own choices. And I have nothing to say in that.
And I feel
Can I
so.
add? Sorry, go ahead, sorry.
I feel so good that I went to China after becoming vegetarian.
Wow.
Because when I went to the marketplace, the vegetable, and the best cultural experience of a place comes when you go to their local market. That's
Oh
where yeah,
no.
right. So I went to the what they call as wet market. I went there just to buy vegetables, right? And they have wonderful fresh vegetables over there. Now, in Canada, we don't get that. It reminded me of my childhood when we used to stay in Kolkata, and I used to go for buying vegetables. That's what it reminded me. And then there, what I saw, which I can't even believe in Canada, it's impossible. It can't exist that way. You know how they were selling meat? It was just
Please.
like vegetables like in a heap like that, in a basket. It was like that, just like, and by the side they were selling vegetables, and they were selling meat just like vegetables. In Canada, those people will be banned from the shop because you can't keep meat in the open like that, right? That's what I'm saying. So just think about it. And it's not that people are dying there, they are eating and enjoying and living, right? So life adjusts to the situation always by itself. But at least I was happy that anyway I am not concerned with it. Let it be the way it is to me,
And
because I
this
was not interested in it.
this Patriji's whole vegetarian thing, right? It was just like an awareness. People who are eating unaware, they can just put a thought and then they check, okay, how do I feel about it? Should I, many times, so like I think in one of our talks, we had this talk on food, and people kept dropping from Zoom as it came to a vegetarian diet. And the food is that what we offer to God is the food of filled with the love and devotion, and then what you eat. So it was difficult for people to take, but then the people who are dropping, it means there's something inside that is going. That trigger is going inside, about the food. So somehow some awareness is coming through all these words, talks like that.
Yeah, just being aware is important. Be aware, be know about things, and then make your choices. None of this is wrong, or I would say wrong
Not
or
from
right.
that,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever we talk about right and wrong, we just have a level,
Uh,
from where we are seeing, from here, from lower side to what we are saying good and bad, and then we attach to that, or from the higher side, where all that exists. So where both things are me, to that totality.
right. Very good.
I would like to add.
Kumarji
I would
wants
like
to
to
add.
add. Yeah,
Uh, uh,
add a little bit. This is a dear to conversation, dear to my heart.
hmm.
And then Atmavan and all master Pratiji, Shaileji,
That's-
all. So little knowledge I can consider, and then I got the knowledge from WhatsApp University, and it's all about. So the earliest time they changed in this meat industry, egg industry, milk industry, they did the research from Harvard. A few professor, they research. They funded by these people, and it's converted to research whatever the industry wants to hear and then sell the market. That's how it started. This is fat removing and this is the thing, this is real industry benefiting. And so this happened right in Harvard. So these are the professor did it. And so coming back to now, recently I was exposure from the Warsaw University, I consider. So in our cow in India and South Asia, we don't feed the meat to the cow, right? But the US, somehow they feed the meat, all the thing to the cow. So if you're thinking, if you're drinking milk and you're thinking, you are vegetarian, no, you're eating meat from the cow. Okay. So that's what's up university. I did a little bit big research. And what I do, I always get the butter, buy butter from the store and make the own ghee. It's not really taste like back home. And then that's what's up university opened my eye. They said because of that, the fat is coming from the meat. So since we, I got we are here in Unified. We just come up the conclusion, Pridiji, Shaileji, all of us here, and just personalize. And nothing wrong here. So I see this one. You cannot, how are you going to do it? If you want to drink any milk product, that's all meat. If you eat the meat and there is a meat, so how are you going to do it? And myself, I become vegetarian very long time, vegan, come back non-veg, and come back vegetarian. Just I'm on and off based on what my body tells me to do, and I follow that way. So this is a very confusing. If you want a completely pure sage like a life, you have to grow own thing or own cow and go to countryside, grow their own food, and it's the only way. And we are living in somewhere not possible. That's my thought. It's a most of the knowledge from WhatsApp University. So that's thank you. Back to
Yeah.
you guys.
But from what I have understood from within, I can share with you. Maybe I mean, like, this is about future. Then maybe right, maybe not right. The future will tell. But as a humanity, we are heading towards a society which used to exist thousands of years ago, when everybody was growing their own food. They were living in nature. This is where humanity is headed back. Actually, the cycle is completing. So,
I love
and I am going to see in my lifetime that change. So there are things which seem impossible today can happen. Did anybody think of America being like this, the way it is today? Nobody could ever dream that America will have this kind of environment there. It has suddenly changed. So now I can very easily believe anything is possible. Right? And globally, and it's not just America, this is just an example. Globally, such things are happening which were not even imaginable at some point in time. Right? So the way nature operates, it's a very different thing. So the nature is driving us in a certain direction. If we are able to pick the signals, we will know where we are headed. And many people are able to do it today. They are able to pick the signals. They are able to see the direction where we are heading. So just be open and be ready. Be accepting. That's why we are learning acceptance here. Being in a state of love is what will be absolutely critical skill that you will need
Has to be strong. Yeah.
in maybe 3 to 5 years from now. Not very far.
Maybe that too is too much. Maybe, in
This
coming
is
years, very soon.
you will realize how you are easily able to navigate through the times which others will find impossible, because you've gone through this training of Unified.
I
So,
already started
hmm,
growing vegetable.
hmm.
Preeti ji, are you growing a vegetable in Arizona?
Yes,
Do you grow any
we do.
vegetable? Yes.
We do grow.
Yes.
Yeah. We
Summertime,
even
I
used to
don't have
go
to
to
buy.
the cow farm to get milk, but they closed it
Oh,
very soon. Yeah, we have a nearby cow farm, so we used to go there.
oh, that's
And my son used
local
to like
ground.
to
Okay.
feed and to see cow grazing and all those kind of things. So
Wow.
Yeah.
we do take care of as much as we can. And with every bowl of milk, my heart fills with so much gratitude to Mother Cow, because I know as a mother how milk comes. It comes with a lot of love. When mother feels love for kids, the milk produces. So I take it with that every time I pour milk in the bowl. I have that gratitude. So that's all I can do, and that's all I can just say, that Unified has taught me to be aware, to be consuming whatever I'm consuming with love and gratitude, and that's yours. So that's how we can just, there are a lot of problems if we keep counting them. It is endless, but what we can do at any point of time, the home that is made of wood is cut so many trees. So how can we deal with it? Awareness on that, and then putting that, what we have learned. So, and we cannot do it all the time, but once in a day, once in a while, that gratitude, it reflects, it vibrates in every corner of the house. So globally, there is a lot, but we have started with ourselves, and that is enough. We just have to
Yeah,
keep building on that.
absolutely.
Yeah. Great.
Thank you, Preeti.
Thank you.
That's great. Thank you, almost.
We
Wow, this
discuss.
is amazing topic.
Yeah. We
Oh
keep
my God.
discussing things. Yeah. But that's okay. These are all informal sessions we are having nowadays, just for
And there
practice.
is always a purpose for that, right? So just like I just said, I didn't elaborate that a person who is just like very low in their consciousness is just learning about yes and no. They might get finicky, people might get ready with a sword that, okay, who is eating meat is a bad person, I should cut his head. And then there's a person who is totally evolved in his consciousness. And then he says, okay, these two are part of duality, and I accept it as it is. I make my choice with my awareness, whatever I am. And slowly, gradually, things change. We do not have to fight and rush, but we just need to keep absorbing where I fit, where I align, keep absorbing, and then live with that easily without resistance.
Yeah. We have to.
We are in the journey
The
where we're doping good and bad, right? That
Yeah.
attachment with good and bad.
We have to go there, right? That is where we never get attached to something. Never. Even the idea. Don't get attached to the idea. People will feed you ideas. People become fanatic about ideas. Don't get attached. That fanaticism comes from attachment. So don't get attached. That's a trap. So when we get attached to certain ideas, we become trapped in that idea. So we are learning here to go beyond. Every idea is good, perfect. Think about people talking about peace rally. Have you heard about peace rallies? Right? Everybody says, wow, wonderful. Think about the mindset of a person who is going to a rally for peace. Is he peaceful in the head? Will he get peace from that rally? No. Peace is a completely different state of being. You can't fetch peace by doing rallies, right?
Yeah.
That understanding, inner knowing, that clarity has to come, and it comes only with awareness. Being aware is the key to everything.
And
Right?
it's part of journey. Once who does the rally, experience it, and then he drops that. So the
Ah,
experience is also important. But if you are done, you're not doing it again. Or if you're doing it again, it's go ahead and experience it.
yeah. We have built-in contradictions in our thought process. The ideas themselves have contradiction which we are unable to distinguish. That will come only from awareness. The one who has actually experienced peace will understand the meaning. Those who have not experienced peace will join the rally happily. Oh, yes, yes, looks good. Nice, very nice. Let's do it. Because the person is totally unaware of the experience of being peaceful. That's where the things have changed, right? So learning from our experience, learning from being aware of everything helps us in making the right choices. Good. Thank you. Chaliye, let's take a break here. Everyone
Sanjay
should.
mentioning microbial cheese. What is that, Sanjay? I've always seen, but I don't know. I thought maybe some factory made thing.
No, actually, the entire this Kraft cheese was the one which first came into like real flat because they use rennet, which is from unborn calves, roughly around 4 months old, I think. Unborn calves, and it was
Yes.
an inhumane way of aborting the
Ah,
cows and getting
may
the renin from the fourth stomach lining of the calves. Anyway, all those things aside, in India, like even jelly is vegetable jelly, which comes from seaweed. So Amul uses microbial rennet to. So basically, rennet has a specific enzymes which curdle the cheese and gives it its typical cheesy taste. Okay, that is bad English, but I hope you understood what I mean. The same thing can be done using microbial rennet, and which is what is used in India, especially Amul is specifically total vegetarian. It uses microbial enzymes to curdle the cheese. Same thing, Britannia, India uses that. So that's why I just made the comment that for every vegetarian, vegan alternatives, even there are several people who are now shunning cow milk because of the inhuman way it is pumped out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not pumped out by humans. Okay, by human. That is okay. I hope you understand. It's machine
Correct.
pumped.
And I've seen that
So,
because I had cow in my home and like we had a lot,
yeah.
so many cows.
Yeah, and in principle, a cow actually produces milk. Now, this is the other side of cow's milk. Cows are buffaloes for that matter. In India, we drink buffalo milk too. So they produce milk only when as lactating mothers, basically. So after a calf is born, for some 2.5, 3 years only they produce. So then is again impregnated for another batch of milk. So that's the way the entire system goes. And okay, my one of my jijajis is a farmer himself, so I know all this. So now the reason why I'm telling you all this, so basically the cow, if she is just milked beyond a particular stage, now I'll say it in Hindi, the Deyati style, वो पाना नहीं छोड़ती है, मतलब it reserves some milk for the baby, for its own baby. However, with machine, all this is can be bypassed. So that way it becomes inhuman. So in that case, then we do have peanut milk and soya milk and almond milk and whatever. So that is one aspect. Now, since we were discussing about proteins, one problem about vegetarian proteins is vegetarian proteins. So all dals and lentils are digestible only in the presence of animal fat. That's a very great fallacy. This is from a science point of view, I'm telling you. So when we say ghee, clarified butter as in ghee obtained from the cow's milk or the buffalo milk, only that ghee can actually help you digest the dals, which is a bit of a fallacy in itself. Anyway, just for the fun of it, I'm telling you all that. All the animal protein is easier to digest. So if this is a protein deficiency we are talking about, and okay, by the way, I'm a pure veg, but I like to talk about all this because I still remember the first time I went through my office for all conferences. I used to go abroad. My father had told me just one thing, Sandhya, तू महात्मा गांधी नहीं है कि कोई तेरे पीछे एक गोट लेके और बादाम लेके घूमने वाला है नहीं. Veena, like socha, just close your eyes, eat whatever they are giving, call it Anna Devta, Anna Purna, Anna He Purna Brahma, and eat it. So, and okay, I belong to the Pandya community, that's why I'm telling you all this weird concept. Anyway, so these are the two aspects, and that's why I said everything has a pro and con. For me, it is like, why are we, at the back of my mind, I was really thinking, why are we discussing all this? It's like everyone has a choice. It's your choice. And maybe you need all that much of tamasi vritti in you to survive in life. So be it.
Yes.
Maybe I don't need it, so it's not that. I'm sorry, I'm taking the
No, you are
absolute
absolutely
other.
right. Absolutely right. You are 100% right. It's exactly everyone has to make their own choice based on whatever. Initially, the choices will come from ignorance, but the more we begin to learn and know about it, our choices could change knowingly, right? And being in awareness is the key. When we are aware, what is, like, you have scientifically known things, right? Understood the background of something. Now you are making choices, fine, right? And remember, there is no one solution that fits everybody, right?
And anyway, nothing is wrong.
Nothing is
So it's
wrong,
fine.
absolutely. So whatever meets your requirement, your own tailor-made solution is the best.
And I
That's it.
love the way you said dal or ghee saath mein, because I always remember, this reminds me, like, you are human being living in this community. Maybe you are the leading species on earth, but you have a connection with every life also. And then cow comes very close, since, like, all of us, especially in India, we have seen living closely with even cow dungs using so sacredly. Things are like that, right? So calling mother and all that emotions are made that connection. So it says, you have this part of this human, part of this animal also, so you cannot just live without it. And gradually, Manushya Yoni is like from, it says animal to Dev, right? So that's a journey in itself. And it takes lifetimes after lifetimes to experience what truly my soul resonates with. When I become a seer, when I become to experience that, okay, this is good for me, I feel good with this. And then I keep changing my choices. Like Kumarji said, with turning into vegetarian, non-vegetarian, vegan, everything I'm trying. Because I'm not yet fit in that one state, that where I can stay. So that's how we keep doing things lifetime after lifetime. And sharing, having this talk, conversation, maybe somebody needs it. We never know why it's coming. Maybe our own expression, what we do in our homes and how we live, how it could help others.
Preeti, can I say something?
Mm.
You sound a bit apologetic about it when saying that I'm still. Stop being apologetic. Your body tells you exactly what you want. We are really discussing all these yes/no signals. You really listen to your body and realize 99% of the times you eat what your body demands. मेरे को इच्छा नहीं है फिर भी पानी पी रही हूँ. It's never that. I need it. That's why I'm drinking water. No one can force me to do anything.
Yeah.
Like even a 1-month-old baby, you can't force it to do anything. It just goes and throws out all the milk. So,
Babies we cannot force, but definitely we learn to force others, and that's the whole journey. We create wounds, and then we start seeing them, and then we get out of it. Without having that wound, we won't know, and that's why we come to experience that both.
once we drop, okay, I'll post, if you don't mind, I'll post something unrelated to the thing. It's general how to live in life. It's a concept of resonance with the universe concept.
Being in the flow. Yeah. That's being in the flow, right?
Fair enough, right?
That is the ultimate thing. We all want to go there.
We all are there. With somewhere we put our own limitations on ourselves. वो क्या कहेगा या am I doing this right or am I doing this wrong?
Inner resistance.
So we
Because
are
in
either
past beliefs,
because we are asking for seeking validation from either the society, from our family, from our partners, from our kids, from someone or the other. We
Exactly.
never think about validation from ourselves.
Ah,
So,
that's
even if you check with yourself, you will find others' belief inside that you have made yours.
exactly. Being vegetarian is good is also a belief.
Because the vegan is sitting on top now, saying that okay, you are drinking milk, you are still eating meat. Doesn't matter. And then vegan will go, and then the fruitarian will sit on top, and then there will be breatharian on sitting on top.
Yeah.
So just
But
there's no limit, right?
no, Preeti, in your thinking, that is on top. But talk to a non-vegetarian person, for them, that's the bottom actually.
I'm just saying, like the way you keep dropping
Ah,
things. It's like
yeah,
that, right? So
exactly.
even people can live to that extent, like that 10,000 plus breatharians, over 8 billion people. So that's kind of like good number, right? But what we
but
do,
can I say something here? Aren't we killing plants too? Just because I can't hear the crying of a plant when I rip it off. I claim myself to be a vegetarian. Go to the Jagdish Chandra Bose Institute in Calcutta. You
Yes.
can see plants crying when I break its leaf. So
Yeah.
what am I doing? Justifying that I'm a vegetarian? I'm sorry, I'm just being.
Correct. No, you are
That's
right.
why I said I'm a
Huh.
vegetarian and I'm telling you all this.
Yes,
So
exactly.
that's why I said let's stop being apologetic about whatever we are doing.
Yeah. Everything is right to the extent that we are knowingly doing it in full awareness. As long as we do everything in full awareness, we are making use of the experience, the learning. That's what is
I
happening.
think that's where these teachings have been very ancient, how to take from nature. And again, Babaji is putting this word that everything you take from nature, you take with forgiveness and thanks. So that's like a total set here. But Vedas also said that Karma Kanda and all that thing, there were so many mantras so to say thanks and sorry when you go and pick lakdi for yag home, right? So those kind of teachings are very ancient. But how much we are a creator. What we want to create, we will be attracted to that only. So when once we know that chapter 11 itself, it starts with that paragraph where God created everything. And God said he created a balance in nature. He created everything, a balance of nature. So he you go and pick things randomly, and then you also come to know there is a cycle, there's a chain. When a lion has to fed, is hungry. God seeing him as a hungry entity, and he created meat for it. So he killed and he eat, and then he created human being, and there we are just enjoying luxury. It's beyond our hunger. So what I'm saying that things are made for us, the basic necessity, the needs has to be met, right? So the things created, God created for us also. So to plants, if you connect, and once you know how to take it with thanks and forgiveness, you know that they are ready to serve. They are there for that. So the whole chain is made, and we just have to come to that realization what God made for me. That's the whole journey. And that's where this chapter comes about. Yes and no signal, connecting to all-knowing intelligence, feeding you right kind of thoughts. What everything is right, everything is happening. No one's stopping. God is that non-judgmental, and He's just witnessing things and allowing other creator to create. ऐसा नहीं है कि आज I give authority to Monil ji and she is creating anything, and then tomorrow I'm going and asking why are you doing that. So God didn't put that agenda anywhere. So he is doing that. But we are also evolving and reaching to that state where God is. That's what Babaji Unified Course comes, where it doesn't talk about what to eat, but what to know, and then make your own creation.
So the learning here is that we do not um, find problems or faults with what others are doing. Everything is okay as far as nature has created everything. Why did nature create a lion that eats only meat? Right? There is a purpose, there is a reason, and the nature needs it that way. Fine. All that we have to do is understand the facts, the reality. Understand the reality and not assign our judgment on top of it. Well, being vegetarian
It's
is
for
good,
us, na?
or being non-vegetarian is good. This is good. Everybody has their own choices to make, and the reasons for making choices could be coming out of awareness or maybe out of ignorance. It could be anything because they are experiencing, and that's the process of learning, right? We are all learning in our own way. So never get fixated or attached to even the ideas, is what I was saying. Even the idea. You may want to change tomorrow, right? Now you have learned, your lesson is over. Now I want to change and experience something different. Let me do it this way, right? This is what you got to be open for. Be open and receptive. Once you begin to do that, your learning expands drastically. Significant learning happens, right? But if we get attached to one little thing which comes from wherever, a social tradition or whatever it, and you get attached to it, you click to it, and then you remain bound to it forever,
We've been dropping that, like
and we
throughout
don't
the
grow.
journey of Unified. That's what we've done. So I would request today that everybody go and read the chapter 11 again, and because we are also practicing that, and this conversation came because that all-knowing intelligence is guiding all of us. So that's the takeaway. And I would like to share this, as you were saying, Shaileshji, that we are going back to the community living, and in that moment, for a good amount of time, I just heard flute, very clear flute, and after that I've been noticing that sound didn't come again, but for good amount of time I just heard flute playing during that conversation.
Yes. So it may be, I mean, this is just my thought, right? Or maybe
Your
my,
thought, but I'm just saying that I was listening to that sound, and now I've been paying attention for that long. I could not hear again, or
so
neither before.
yeah, that's going to be that we got to just be ready for it. We as unified participants, we are being prepped, we are being prepared, readiness. And it's not just this group is doing this, so many groups are doing similar things in different flavors, and they basically meet the needs of that group of people. And pretty much like all across the globe, most people are going through this change in one way or the other, right? Some doing organized way, some doing disorganized way, whichever way, they are all getting prepped for that upcoming time. So just be open, be aware, use your own inner knowing. That's the key. Learning to be connected within. That is going to help navigate through those times of turbulence. There will be times of turbulence coming because change is never easy, right? And significant changes happening is even worse. They are bigger challenges. When think about it, like supposing tomorrow somebody in India, of course, people have experienced, right? They suddenly declared that 3 days later that currency is not going to be valid anymore, right? That note will not be valid anymore. Think now, one day somebody comes and says, there is not going to be any currency at all. All the currency gone. All of a sudden, think about the change it's going to bring in everybody. And when that happens, everybody is going to look for how do I survive.
I read this book. And
Oh
it
my
talks
God.
about that same thing. It just says your money is nothing but a number in your account balance that you don't see. It just keeps growing and going downsize. And if you have that mindset, you still eat two rotis, and then you see that number is always there. You feel good. So a lot of changes expected by many. Then
Yeah.
if
So,
it is talked, it might come soon.
yeah, drastic changes are, I mean, like so far we are used to little changes here and there. Oh, not happening to me, fine. The others are going through it, no problem. The things that are upcoming will impact every individual on the planet, everybody.
The bigger the chaos is, then the light has to come. So the know that the chaos is growing, then there will be a light after that.
That will be a test for all of us to stay in balance. We will navigate through turbulence with complete balance by being in our heart space. That
That
is the safest.
non-judgmental quality is only possible when we start seeing love in everything, and starts from us in our own awareness. What we do, what we say. Do I reflect love? How do I reflect love here? And then how do I receive love from others? And when I get angry, when I shout, I reflect love? What was my intention? Then somebody is yelling at me, and now how do I see love in that? That's a very small baby step that we could take from here in seeing love in all things and everywhere. And it's a journey. That's where we will learn a lot. So really happy that we started with chapter 11, because this is a total change in our way of living, thinking, and no, believing. So beautiful chapter. Go ahead and read today. Enjoy. And also today morning I just woke up with that gratitude for making me in love, making me love, and all the creation in love, and giving me that connection. And I just came here and I started reading gratitude for part 2, and then right there the page opened actually. Well, I was reading, I was saying in my head, and it opened the book. So there's a reason that anything that happens, all that talk that we did today, and the practice that we have to go further, just internalize more and live more.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. It was wonderful.
We can keep talking endlessly, and it's all part of our group energy. Together we are learning, together we are growing, and together we will sail through anything and everything in life. Be confident of that. We can always do it. Chali. So see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening or night, and we'll be together again tomorrow.